right, good morning, guys. Last day, I'll be home in about probably 6 hours, so right around noon. Um, 300 miles to cover today means I did just about 700 yesterday. So, yeah, that means that I can indeed make it from home basically to Mitchell, which would be right about 700, maybe a little bit more than that. All right, yeah, I think it's right about 700. Stopped at the Walmart in Toma last night, and you know what? It wasn't a bad place to stop. Um, just, it was quiet. There was one other RV, three semis, plus an RV transporter, I do believe. He was pulling a park model, so more than likely that was a transporter. But like I said, the only downside with this one is if you're coming in off of 90, you do have to go out of the way about 10 miles. But you know what? It's not necessarily the worst thing in the world. I would have liked to make it down maybe Wisconsin Dells, but I was not going to risk them saying, nope, you can't park here. Nope, you can't park here. And I've heard conflicting reports about the Cracker Barrel in Wisconsin Dells. So, well, let me say, not conflict, it just, that's kind of sketchy. So, this was perfect. I mean, with any luck, I'll get back into the city of Chicago before traffic starts getting crappy. And yeah, won't have to worry about that. So, got some coffee, stopped at the Quick Trip. Just because, well, I mean, for $1.50, it's just not worth going through the process of making my own. I mean, yeah, it's one thing if it's it's one thing if it's $2 or something like that. For $1.50, it's like, yeah. I will probably stop in about the rest area by Portage and go ahead and dump my tanks out real quick, hopefully, if they have a dump at the pickle park. But about to get back on 94, and we'll be on 94 basically. Well, we'll be on 90 most of the way, but then we'll be on 94, and they like this. They split meat so many times it's not even funny. All right, I think that's it, dude. That's a transporter. He just went over to. I don't know why he went to that Quick Trip. Why he didn't just walk to that one? Wow, whatever. You know what? It's his business. Because there's two Quick Trips. There's one that's a truck stop with a Denny's, and one that's, just a regular Quick Trip gas station. Well, just walk to the one that's a gas station to get coffee, or a snack, breakfast, whatever. But I ate at this Chinese buffet that's. It's basically across the highway, and you can get across. It wasn't too busy on the highway, but it was all right. I mean, I don't know if for dinner it was worth $20 or not, but it wasn't bad. I apologize about the noise. I don't think I charged up my microphone last night, so we're at the I-39 junction right now, just entered Portage. It started raining. It looks like we're going to be in and out of thunderstorms basically all the way to Rockford. So, yeah. That's what's going on there. Half an hour from Madison, 3 hours from Chicago. At some point I need to find somewhere to stop and dump my tanks. But that's what's going on. Alright, talk to y'all later. Well, we're into Madison. Yeah, it's really started raining pretty good now. Here's our I-94 split. Yeah, this is not great. it's stormy. Not so much windy, it's just raining. Yeah, and a lot of strikes I've seen. I didn't end up stopping at the rest area just north of, just south of Portage because it started raining pretty good. Now now we're definitely into it. So, like I said, we're gonna slow down. We're gonna take our time. Yeah, I don't know how well you guys can see right now. I've been in and out of some gnarly thunderstorms, basically, really since I left Madison. It started, yeah, the last what, 40 miles, 50 miles, something like that. I'm going to stop here in another, what, 5 miles, 3 miles. First exit in Illinois to, here we go again, and get fuel and probably grab something to eat. Yeah, it's 8:15 right now. You couldn't tell. It's about the lightness you get right around first light. But it does look like once we get through Rockford, once we get past the 3990 split, we should be more or less dry the rest of the way. Because this is kind of angling, basically following I-43. Because by home, we're not supposed to get any rain till tomorrow, so we'll see. Maybe. I did try to stop at the rest area, the last rest area going south, going out of Wisconsin towards Illinois. They did not have a dump, so that sucks. So, yeah, unless I get lucky and find one somewhere, like the rest area in Illinois, I'm going to end up having to pay for it, which, I mean, it's $10 at the Loves. It's not the end of the world. Oh, Lloyd. Or if you want to say it like you're French, Belois. Yeah, why not? I think with French, they got so many different ways to make the wah sound, It's like, yeah. Only French people can take Roy and turn it into wah. I don't get it. All right, so food and fuel has been obtained. Right side was back over 11 miles a gallon, so that was somewhat surprising after being down under 10 on the last tank. So, and with going through all the storms I went through. So, the Quick Trip did not have a dump station, so yeah, I'll have to stop at the Loves by the house. It's fine. Although the rest area in Illinois did, and piece of hash brown went down the wrong pipe. And I didn't stop because, I just stopped to get gas. And unfortunately, I don't think any of the, I shouldn't say any of the, I only go by one, Oasis, Service Plaza, whatever you want to call it. I'm pretty sure they don't have a dump. So, like I said, I'll just stop at the Loves at the exit to get to the house, and we'll stop there. It's fine. This is fine. I'm probably about 3 hours away from being home, so I should be home right around noon, which is good. I'll be able to start unload the bike, park the trailer. Um, and then, what was I thinking? Um, Start doing laundry and unloading everything that I need to unload because, yeah, the parents are gonna need the dishes back because the dishes I have in this thing came from their RV and they weren't sure what they were gonna do with it. Well, now they know. So yeah, Michigander. I'm betting he's probably heading back to the fun too. There's one in a trailer. Also a Michigander. Yesterday saw a decent amount of bikes, some on trailers, a lot of packs. Seemed like a lot of people left yesterday. But I think for next year, though, assuming I can go, I'm going to leave out probably around 2 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, August the 2nd, I think, 2026. Let's go with that. And basically try to make it all the way to Mitchell. Basically drive as far as I can before I finally tap out and say, yeah, I'm done. Boondock in the Mitchell parking lot in Walmart, and then basically get to the chip, sleep for 4 or 5 hours, get to the chip as early as I can, hopefully around 9, 10 o'clock local time. Get set up, get camp set up, unload the bike. That way, I'll have way more time to have fun Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday before the insanity starts Thursday into Friday. And then, like I said, I can only stay through Wednesday the 14th, right? No. 12th, 13th, whatever that Wednesday is. Yeah. Because I'll have to be back for Friday, so yeah. And then probably the same thing on when I head home is I'll drive as far as I can on, I'll leave Wednesday, morning, I'll wake up, load. Wake up, load, and roll out Wednesday morning. I mean, I could probably wait till Thursday, but, I could wait till Thursday first thing. The only thing is that the chip is not as friendly with moving four-wheel vehicles around the campground the way that, like the Steel Pony is. So, yeah, it kind of turns into, load the bike and then load the bike and then, Wednesday and then roll out and drive as far as I can and, yeah. Hopefully be on the road by noon on Wednesday. And then kind of the same thing, try to make it over to, somewhere in Minnesota, ideally. Must have a north wind, a north tailwind, because I should say a wind out of the north, because my pyro is only running about 9 1/4 right now. All right, I'll talk to you later. All right, well, I'm through downtown, coming up on the White Sox Stadium now, because that's a thing. About an hour from the house. And I guess the White Sox are home today. Stop it. He's got railroad ties. This guy's just got crates of something. I don't know what. No, I'm not taking the Skyway. Go F yourself. I am not spending $30 to take the damn Skyway. F that. No, those aren't railroad ties. What is that? It's metal of some sort. Oh. Yep, but I'm in the home stretch now. The last 60 miles, 65 miles, whatever it is. And we have a truck broke down again on the Dirty Dan, because that's what trucks do on the Dirty Dan. They break down for reasons. Alrighty, I'm going to chime back in when I get back into Indiana. Alright, talk to y'all in a little bit. Alrighty, coming up on old South Holland, Illinois. Route 6, we finally found it. Ow. Oh, gosh, this thing. She's not happy right now. Just, I don't know. Something weird's going on with my flipping HVAC control. And, I mean, it's like, Jesus Christ, IDOT. I mean, this needs to, the flipping Bishop 4 needs to be repaved. The problem is you shut down a lane to repave this, you're going to screw this up so bad, it's not even going to be funny. They'd have to almost work with the Skyway and the toll road to get the toll, god damn, get the tolls waived for the month or so it would take them to do. But, yeah, something was weird's going on with my flipping HVAC control, so I might have to, thank you for sharing. So I might have to take this thing in and have somebody figure out why in the world this thing is doing this. Where now I hit the button, I turn it off, I hit the auto button, and it's like the blower doesn't come on for like until you hit a bump. It's like, great. And it wouldn't be all bad except for now the window regulator on the driver's side window has basically said, yeah, I'm just going to get stuck here and you're going to have to coax me to go up. Nice. Yeah, it used to have one or two spots, but you could kind of force it through. Now it's not doing that. You almost have to flip and force it. I mean, yank it hard. Before it was just needed to give it a little nudge to get it past there if it was moving. Not so much anymore. And it is toasty down here. We're back to 90 degrees. So we went from a monsoon and 65, monsoon and 70 to now 90 and hot. Although I guess we're supposed to get some of the storms that they're getting a little further north tonight into tomorrow. So we'll see. And yeah, the Kingery and the Bishop 4 and the Kingery and the Foreman, of course, at 11 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday has a flipping traffic jam, because why wouldn't it? This is just, camera just shut off on me. I don't know why. Yeah, as much as I love where I live, I absolutely hate trying to get from Illinois into Indiana. There's no good way to do it. You take the Skyway and the tollway, it costs you, especially pulling a trailer, it'll cost you $40. You You come this way, yeah, you could easily be sitting in traffic for an hour. It's like, it's just why? 11 o'clock on a Sunday morning. Why is it like this? This idiot flipping Prius. Yep. Oh, he's got Michigan plates. That's fitting. Yeah, I'm used to this being backed up. Thursday afternoon, Friday afternoon, but not so much this time of day. Yeah. This should clear up once we get past really Calumet. The problem is you've got, the 4 lanes of the Bishop Ford, 4 lanes of the Tri-State, 2 lanes of the Bishop Ford, I-94, and you've got 1 lane coming off from 394 and 1 lane coming off from Torrance as well. It's like and you go back down to 4 lanes. So you've got basically 6 to 7 lanes of traffic going down to 4 in the span of 3 miles. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, INDOT. IDOT and INDOT, you guys got to figure something out better than this. I mean, this really needs to be at least 5 through lanes past Klein. Once you get past Klein, then ideally, I'd love to see 5 full through lanes all the way to I-65, because that's when the traffic really starts dying down. That's a neat rig. Kind of an old school, old school type looking unit with fiberglass skin. That looks kind of cool. And there's a fender liner in the road for some reason. Jeez. I don't know what he was thinking. If he was trying to sneak in front of me and just wasn't going to make it, or what he was doing. Anyway, I'll be home in probably about an hour and 20 minutes, including the time stopping at the Loves to dump the tanks and everything. Oh. So, for what's in giggles, let's go ahead and just kind of put a recap on the entire trip. I still got more ride videos and stuff I got to go through and put out. That sounded dirty. But I'm going to try to get the ride back videos up either today or tomorrow, hopefully, depending on how tired I am and everything once I unload everything, because it's flipping hot. But all things considered, it was a great year. I'm glad I came out a couple days early and got some riding in when the crowds weren't absolutely insane. Next year, I think I'm going, if I can go, because there's issues at work, and we'll leave it at that. I almost think they're trying to downsize a little bit. They're trying to find ways to do it where they won't have to pay for unemployment. But hello. But but if I can come next year with the rally backing up a little bit, I might have said this next year because of the 1st of August being Saturday. That means the rally itself doesn't start until that following Friday. Yeah, it starts the first Friday in August. That's how it works. So that means next year's rally starts August the 7th. The problem is that I have to be home for a football game August the 14th. Yeah, that's not going to work. That means I have to. That means I have to be. That means I would have to leave on August the 12th. On Wednesday, August the 12th, doing the math, right? Because I'm trying to do the math in my head. I might be wrong, but whatever that Wednesday is, I would have to leave then. And yeah, that's just not a great. That means I'm going to want to come. That means I'm going to want to get to Sturgis on that Monday, ideally even at Sunday, but at the very latest that Monday. And nothing against the fine folks at the Steel Pony. I've got no major objections with them, but I mean, they wouldn't work with me at all for coming in early. They were like, well, it's $40 a day. It'd be $40 a day for the 3 extra days. I said, yeah, I'm sorry. At that point, it now makes sense to go to the chip. Because this year, you weren't any cheaper. I think the RV site was like maybe $50 cheaper. That was it. Well, I'm going to buy a pass for the chip anyway for the concerts and stuff there. So if that's the case, it actually cost me more money this year to stay at the Steel Pony than, yeah. Alrighty. And because of that, no offense, but I would rather just go back to staying in the South 40. And that would mean I really don't need the week pass for the bus because guess what? I'm at the chip anyway. I might want to go downtown twice. Or I might want to actually need the bus twice. So if I buy the pass early, they normally, when they first go on sale, they're like $65 all in, including tax and everything. The first, month they're on sale, whenever they put them on sale, which this year was kind of late. I don't think they went on sale till like April. But normally that first month or so when they go on sale, they're $65 all in, which is a pretty damn good deal. This year, day wristbands were $25. So, you do the math. You do the math. That means if you use 3 days, you're ahead. At that point, okay, I'll take the gamble that I might use it a third day to either go to like Glencoe or the Throttle or something. Although, if the Throttle doesn't kind of go back or at least have it where their tickets are a little bit more reasonable to go see shows, I don't know how much turnout he's going to get. Even if you do get major acts like you know, like you did this year with Hank Jr. and Disturbed. I don't know how much you're going to really get. I mean, the Biker's Ball was $40. And that was for Jackal and Tim Montana. You look at all the bars downtown, they're all free. You know, the Knuckle had some good acts. You had Hairball at the Iron Horse and a bunch of others. It's like, yeah, at that point, it's like, okay, I'm going to go there. You know, I saw Colt Ford and Jasmine Kane at the Knuckle one night. So it's like, yeah, it's like I'm not spending money when there's good acts downtown. That's so stupid. That don't cost anything. But like I said, I think next year I'm definitely going to come out earlier, which means I'll probably be at the Chip, and plan on leaving Sunday, dark 30, like when I normally go to work. Drive basically as far as I can go, which means probably stopping in Mitchell at the Walmart there, just fire up the generator, and so fire up the generator and then just have a white trash camping session in the Walmart parking lot, because why not? And then leave, sleep for 5-6 hours, and then end up at the Chip with any luck somewhere between 10 and 11 o'clock. Well, between 10 and noon, and then unload the bike and do something. Probably go to like Keystone or something like that first day, and gorge myself on good food at the Powder House. And that's another thing that I was disappointed that I only got to the Powder House once, and a lot of that was weather related. Like Thursday, I was going to, or Friday I was going to eat at the Powder House, but they were going to get storms and stuff, in Custer and Keystone. It's like, yeah, I don't want to. Well, in Custer, it was showing like around 5 o'clock. They were talking about some storms coming through. I was like, yeah, I'm not chancing. I'm just going to get back. So that's what I did. But next year, definitely at least 2 or 3 times, I'll end up at the Powder House. Hopefully end up at the Alpine Inn at least once as well. That's a place that I haven't gotten to eat at yet. But yeah, my coffee cup's empty. Good. But anyway, guys, I think that's about all I'm going to chime in for. I might do a little something on my phone once I get back to the house and park everything and unload everything, and yeah. But you all be safe. Keep that shiny side up. Keep that greasy side down. We'll catch you with rides around town, I'm sure. Until next time. Later, guys.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
So, I'm home, but as you can see, we had an incident. My dumbass forgot the kickstand was down when I tried to take it out, and yeah, put a nice gouge in my floor. Now, luckily, the subfloor didn't get anything. It's just, like I said, it's all just kind of the linoleum, but yeah, it's fine. This is fine. Nothing that a piece of duct tape won't fix. All right, I'm going to clean up and start unloading everything so I can start getting my crap ready to go to work tomorrow. Or not tomorrow, Tuesday. All right, guys. Talk to y'all soon.